Hey everybody, Mags here. We are going to review some of the hints and tips that we've been given this year on the Dynasty Hot Seat. If you are new here, do me a favor, can you like, comment, share on this video for me, please, like you can see here. And then also, if you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button too? It really helps out. Right, on to the hints and tips.
So here's some hints and tips that I've picked up the last couple of years of playing Dynasty. So I got 3 for you. 1, if you're playing Superflex, the quarterback is the most important position. Now that might sound obvious, but especially think of the quarterback whenever you're doing your startup drafts, and then think about the value that they're going to bring into the season. Okay, I went back and I looked at a couple of the drafts that I just did this past season, and there are quarterbacks going far, far, far later than they have any right to. For example, I've got a few notes here. 1, I've seen people taking in the first round Jonathan Taylor ahead of people like Joe Burrow or Dak Prescott. Now, whenever you're in the middle of a season, you're trying to buy Dak Prescott, you're trying to buy Joe Burrow. Someone offers you Jonathan Taylor straight up for them. You should probably say no. And yet Jonathan Taylor is still going ahead of these guys in a startup draft because people have got their quarterback already, or they're wanting to get their running back locked in. But they're not thinking about the value that we'll have halfway through the season. Some later quarterbacks that you might see are people like, Tyreek Hill, or wide receivers, your high-end wide receivers going ahead of people like Russell Wilson. And again, you get offered straight up Tyreek Hill or Russell Wilson, who you're going to take mid-season. You're going to take the quarterback in Superflex every single time. But yet, time in and time out, you see these headline players being taken ahead of the solid value in the quarterback. As you go down, it gets even worse and worse and worse. You'll see, people like Matthew Stafford and Tua Tagovailoa, they're going behind people like Aaron Jones, Stephon Diggs, even Miles Sanders I've seen. And again, you go try and buy Matthew Stafford and offer Miles Sanders, it's not happening. You go try and buy Tua and offer Aaron Jones, it's not happening. And yet it happens all the time in the startup draft. So whenever you're drafting, yes, obviously think about your team. But if a quarterback is there, take the value and then trade later on, because someone's going to be caught without a quarterback and they're going to need one. And chances are they're going to come looking to you if you've taken them. Now you hold all the quarterback cards. Feel free then to deal them out for a higher price than you would have paid during the draft. So that's my tip 1 to people that I've discovered and I've noticed. Tip 2, whenever you are dealing with trades and you're offering picks to people, don't think of it as just a pick. What is that pick realistically going to translate to? Don't think, oh, sweet, this guy's offering me a first, sell. Because you might just be thinking, first, I'm going to get Jamar Chase. You might get Jalen Reagor. You think, oh, first, brilliant. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get a high-end wide receiver. Things might not work out that way. You might end up taking Trey Sermon. So before you go dealing all your cards and collecting in all these firsts, have a think about who is that going to be. There is a huge difference between an early first and a late first. And even those early firsts, as we've seen with Trevor Lawrence, they don't always hit right away. So try to stop thinking about picks as numbers and start thinking about picks as players. And whenever you get a trade in and you see, oh, someone's offering me pick 1-7 for, let's say, any player off your team, 1-7 for Kirk Cousins. Yeah. What are you going to do? You're going to take Kirk Cousins, reliable quarterback, or pick 1-7. Who's that going to be in this year's draft? And then think, would you swap Kirk Cousins for one of these riskier running backs or receivers or quarterbacks in this year's class? So think of it more like that and not, oh, cool, I get a first round pick and I've got a shot. think about it more as a player for player swap and what that player is likely to be, and would you accept it then? And my third tip is, partly the whole reason I wanted to start this entire thing is listen to this community. There are so many people that have got absolutely amazing ideas and great insight into the game. And, I've learned so much from listening to people like over at the Dynasty Nerds team, over at the Wildcard Fantasy Podcast and the Dynasty Drive, and so many other people, Destination Devi. So many people have got loads of insight. So, that's kind of why I started the show. I want to get them on here and I want to hear more from them and spread their message across the rest of the community. So hopefully we can do that.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. Remember, like this video, leave a comment if you want, and subscribe to the channel. These videos are going to be coming thick and fast, so you don't want to miss anything. So that's it for today. In the meantime, keep yourselves, keep your teams lit. We'll see you next time.